How's it going, everyone? This is Mitchell Mander here, and welcome to another review of the Pokemon Journey series. We'll be covering episode 127 in today's review. And it's the day before the finals of the Masters 8 tournament. Ash and Go are just hanging out, and Cinderace has a little bit of a reunion with a few friends from earlier in the series. So how was this episode overall? Well, before I get into the episode review, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel, you'd like this type of content, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It'd be pretty awesome if you would do that. So the episode starts off with Ash and Go summoned to the Wyndon Stadium, one day before the big showdown. It turns out that Leon here has a surprise for Ash and Go, and it is none other than Eternatus he brings out of the Pokeball. As it turns out, yeah, they've been kind of working on with Eternatus, bringing him out and kind of just getting him some human interaction, as they can't exactly get rid of Eternatus and just completely seal it away, because without it, the Dynamax phenomenon would just disappear. Pokemon wouldn't be able to Dynamax or Gigantamax anymore, so they have to find a way to coexist with Eternatus. So, yeah, slowly but surely they're trying to get Eternatus tamed and get used to interacting with humans. So Go decides to leave Eternatus in Leon's care, so, yeah. Leon's already strong, and now look at him, he's got Eternatus now, so another reason why Leon is just a broken trainer. After this, Ash and Go head over to the scone shop, where they incidentally first met Cinderace as a Scorbunny. And as it turns out, the Nickets that were hanging out with Scorbunny way back when, they've actually turned over a new leaf, and they're actually helping out the citizens in Wyndon, actually helping them out, driving away mischievous Pokemon, and basically being protectors of the city. They're essentially local heroes now, so that's pretty cool. So we get a Cinderace Nickit reunion. Meanwhile, you have Team Rocket, who's actually scheming to steal Ash's Pokemon on the day of his match against Leon, when they stumble across a few Pokemon in an alley. It turns out to be two Galarian Meowth and a Berserker. They end up forming an alliance, which they actually want the Berserker and the two Galarian Meowth to work for them, but the opposite ends up happening, and Berserker is actually bossing them around, which I thought was pretty funny. But they hatch a scheme in order to lure out Ash and Go and steal their Pokemon. Oh, and I also forgot to mention there was a couple of Galarian Zigzagoons that were up to no good as well, and they were stealing people's food, but eventually they get caught by the Nickets and get taught a lesson. But Berserker and his two Galarian Meowth try to do the same thing, and basically they're doing this to lure the Nickets away. And it ends up being successful as they end up capturing the Nickets. So Ash, Go, and his Pokemon are wondering what's going on, so they end up going and looking after the Nickets and figuring out where the Berserker and the Galarian Meowth went to. Go uses his Pokemon to figure out and pinpoint where their location's at, and they end up confronting Team Rocket, Berserker, and the two Galarian Meowths. Now, it's actually kind of interesting because it's actually Go's Pokemon that actually take on Team Rocket. Ash was going to help out, but Cinderace insists that they handle the situation, along with the Nickets, so Ash allows them to do so. Team Rocket brings out their wonderful Gotcha machine that we all just love, but they take out more Pokemon than usual, and it's a bunch of Galarian Pokemon we actually haven't seen in the series, so that was pretty neat. And at first, it seems like everyone's kind of struggling a bit, until the Nickets end up evolving into Thievul and they take out the two Galarian Meowths and Berserker. And then Go's Pokemon get the upper hand on the Gotcha Pokemon, and they're all defeated and Team Rocket's blasted off. And as a result of saving all the people's food and also blasting Team Rocket off, the Thievuls and Ash and Go, by extension, end up getting a bunch of food as a result, as a reward. But the Galarian Meowth and Berserker actually end up getting some food from them, so yeah, hopefully they turn around a new leaf now that they've been punished. But as the episode comes to an end, it turns out that Project Mew is actually going on the same time as Ash faces off against Leon. So unfortunately, Go can't stay and watch the final match, as Ash and Go part ways, with Ash focusing on his goal, whereas Go is going to focus on his own goal as the episode comes to an end. So overall, this was a decent episode. It's an alright episode. It's definitely more enjoyable than that one episode before Ash vs. Cynthia, where they met those kids and most of Leon vs. Diantha was done off screen. Yeah, I haven't forgotten about that one, Journeys. But overall, this was a decent episode. I do feel like this type of episode could have taken place after Ash vs. Leon. I feel like that would have been more appropriate because taking place once again in the middle of the Masters 8 tournament, it's a little annoying, but whatever, I'll take it. I know the series is going through production issues, so I'll take what I can get. But I will say, when it comes to this episode in particular, I like how things feel kind of full circle, especially for Go. It does feel like this is kind of, leading towards the end of his character arc within this series. Whereas it, takes us right back to the beginning, where he met Scorbunny, and his goal changed from just capturing Mew to capturing all Pokemon leading up to Mew. This is the location he went to was where things changed. And he also went to where he first met Sobble as well, so I thought that was pretty neat. I like how things are done here. The reunion with the Nickets, this was something I wasn't sure they were going to do, but they end up doing it, and they end up delivering here, so that's pretty neat. And along with that, I like how it feels like a good conclusion for Go's Galarian starters that he caught within this series. Because they all shine in this episode. Obviously, it's Cinderace. It's basically its reunion with the Nickets, and it's the one that takes most of the spotlight here. But you have Inteleon helping Go locate them, and also Grookey helps out, I guess. It's being annoying, but it ends up being effective in this case. So I do like the utilization of Go's starter Pokemon from the Galar region in this episode. Oh, and we can't forget that moment where Cramorant accidentally swallowed the fish Pokemon and coughed it up later on. I don't know, that moment kind of caught me by surprise. I was actually not expecting them to go that route with that, but they did it, and it was actually kind of hilarious because everybody just stopped for a second, just stared off until Go was like, oh yeah, everyone's distracted by this. I can actually defeat them right here and now, and he does that. So yeah, that was kind of funny. Now for the cons in this episode, starting off with the Eternatus reveal, it is a bit of a shock, but I have to say, Eternatus needs to be here for a purpose other than, we have to actually coexist with this Pokemon, or Dynamax and Gigantamax won't be possible in the future. So, yeah, we brought him back out, and then Go's like, oh yeah, Leon, you definitely can have this Pokemon. You gotta coexist with it, so you have it. I trust it. It's in your hands now. I feel like Eternatus has to be here for a reason besides that. Like, just don't bring it out and then do nothing with it afterwards. Like, I feel like Eternatus had to have been brought back for a specific purpose. Whether it's to be utilized later on in the next series, I doubt that. That's very unlikely. Or it's possibly going to be used in the Ash vs. Leon fight, which I hope not. Because, yeah, that's a pretty broken Pokemon for Leon to have on his team against Ash. It would be a complete surprise. So either route, honestly, I don't really like. So I don't know what they're going to do, if this is it or not. If this is it, then it's like, I don't care. Why do we need to know that? Just keep it sealed down there, and you could have assumed that Pokemon could still Gigantamax and Dynamax. I mean, those abilities weren't shut off at all after it was sealed away, so yeah. I don't know what the plan is with the Eternatus. I just hope they just didn't bring it up here just to kill time in the episode. I don't know. We'll see what they do with this Pokemon, if they actually do anything with it, that is. Also, I don't like the fact that Go is being sent out to do Project Mew, literally as Ash vs. Leon is about to happen. So you're telling me the one character that's been present for all of Ash's PWC matches from the very beginning, all through his matchup against Cynthia in the semifinals of the Masters 8 tournament, you're telling me that he's not going to be present for Ash's big moment, his big finale within this series against Leon? Like, that's a huge slap in the face, in my opinion. It's already bad enough that Koharu has not been present for any of them, and I'm not expecting any of his companions to be present. Like, Iris already left, so no one's going to be present at Winden Stadium. Like, I'm sorry, but that's a huge slap in the face. Like, I get that Project Mew is Go's goal now. He's going off to do that. But couldn't we have waited until the conclusion of this match to resolve that plot line? I don't know, but I find this to be really annoying, and I don't know what the writers were thinking. I get that we're running out of time and there's a lot of issues going on, but yeah, I'm sorry they don't get a pass on this one from me. This was just a bad decision in my opinion. Now, I did see someone on Twitter mention that maybe it's a chance that Go is actually putting up an act, and maybe he's gathering up all of Ash's companions, and then the day of the match, they're all present, and Go is basically saying, "Oh, I was just using this to get everyone together so they can watch your final match." And Project Mu is actually going to be happening like in 2 days from now or something like that. That would be really cool, and I'll take back what I said here. But unless something like that has a possibility of happening, yeah, I still don't like this decision. So I guess I can cope and hope that that Twitter user ends up being right. But for the time being, I'm not a big fan of the decision to just send Go off at the last minute. It's really annoying, in my opinion. It's not a good writing decision at all. Alrighty, guys, that's all I got for this episode review. So overall, a decent episode with some questionable writing decisions, but it was decent. So 6 out of 10. So guys, in the comment section down below, post your thoughts. What do you think of this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What do you think about Go going off to do Project Mu as Ash faces off against Leon at the same time? Do you like this, or are you not a big fan like I am? Post your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And guys, have a good day or night wherever you're at, and I'll see you all later. Bye.